Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast. My name is Coach Scott. I'll be your host today. It is Monday, February 15th. Hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day weekend. We had a pretty good, kind of like an up and down weekend. The family, we had a great weekend together. I missed a workout. We're going to talk today about when's it okay to kind of like bash yourself in the head about a missed workout. How much punishment do you give yourself when you miss a workout? What's acceptable? What's not? We're going to talk about that in a little bit. You can see I'm wearing my white hat today. I know I should be sporting the gray one, the new one, but my daughter Sam, she just took my gray one right off my head as she was on her way out today. I like the gray hat. She loves the gray hat. She took it. She's wearing it around town, and I'm back on the white one just for today. We'll get the gray one back. We didn't send out the gray ones. We're going to try to send them out today, but they haven't been boxed yet. So those are coming, guys. We will get those out by Wednesday. That is my goal, is to get those in the boxes and out, shipped to you guys by Wednesday. And again, that is for all of our patrons on Patreon, patreon.com/ordinarymarathoner. All of the athletes I coach will get a hat, and anyone who won a box in the Super Bowl box pool a week and a half ago will get one of those hats for free. And the rest of them we'll put on sale probably by the end of the week. I think it's going to be $15 for a hat, $5 for shipping. And really, honestly, guys, that's pretty much my cost at this point, especially when you net the giveaways away. So, that being said, we left off on Friday talking about a couple missed workouts that I had that were still on the docket, though. It wasn't like they were missed. They were just delayed. They were deferred. I think that's our word nowadays, right? With all the COVID races. Yeah, they were deferred workouts. I deferred them from Thursday morning until Friday. So I had 2 makeup rides that I needed to do. The thought was maybe I could get them both in, but it didn't really work out that way. I did get one of them in. We've been doing our training program. This was the ride that I missed on Thursday morning, that I overslept and missed it. So I wanted to make it up. I didn't want it to kind of let it fall by the wayside. And after the podcast, I did. I went after it and I got that ride done. It was tough. I did distract myself a little bit with a documentary, but I do have to tell you, I felt really good. I had more in the tank. It was a taxing workout. It asked a lot from me, but I had a lot to give. And I feel like probably 2 factors. One of them is, I'm used to riding these workout rides at 5 a.m. and, being awake most of the day and getting it done in the afternoon. It gives me a lot more energy. I just have a lot more energy available to me. I've been, eating throughout the day, and I'm all kind of nutritioned up and feel good and ready to go. And I was able to attack that ride. It felt really good. And number 2, I think as we progress through all of these training programs and training cycles, I'm just becoming a stronger rider. And, with this ride that might have challenged me and made me quit early, or at least kind of like make the intensity a little bit lower in the past, now I'm a better cyclist and I'm able to hit those marks and I'm able to do them. I think we're definitely due for an FTP test. Not sure exactly when we're going to do that, but I will be doing that, and I'll be videoing it and putting it out there for you like I did on the 1st of January with the last time we took an FTP test. 1st of January, 2nd of January, somewhere around there, early January. We're due for another one, and I'm feeling good, guys. I'm feeling really good. But I felt really good getting that workout done, and then we headed into the Friday 5, our 5K. Again, we do a 6 p.m. run and we do an 8 p.m. run. Originally, I was thinking about doing the 6, and then we decided we're going to have an early dinner. I'm like, all right, I'll do the 8. We had the early dinner, and then my daughter, Sam, she was at her friend's house, and they called me at like 7:30, and they're like, oh, can you come get Sam in a few minutes? 8:15, they wanted me to get her. So that basically, there's no way I'm doing a 5K in that 15-minute window. So I went and got Sam. We kind of, hung out as a family for a little bit, and then there was decision time. I got my bike ride in. It was Friday night. I wanted to do my 5K, but I had missed both of them. And now what do? Do I go to bed? Do I just kind of hang out with the family, watch TV the rest of the night, enjoy the night? Or do I run the 5K on my own? Now, the run has been it's like the bane of my existence the last 6 months has been the run. It is something that I just let slide for a long time. And now that I've kind of picked up that inertia, those good run habits, I don't want to skip. I didn't want to skip the run. Foreshadowing, by the way, for a little later. Didn't want to skip the run. So at 9:47, I got my butt on the treadmill and I hit go and we started running. And I tell you, I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to do it. I knew mentally that I had to do it. Otherwise, I was going to get really upset at myself for not doing it all. So I got on that treadmill and I ran hard. I set it at a hard speed and I just said, you know what, just go half the way. This is kind of what I do. This is like my thing. Go halfway. And if you feel like you can continue it, just go ahead and continue it. It wasn't my plan to run hard. It wasn't my plan to set a new PR. In fact, it was my plan to just get the distance in, get it done, check the box, and feel good that I got it in and move on. But I didn't want to be there, but I wanted to get it done. So I wanted to get it done as fast as possible, which means you have to run fast. And I put it at a higher speed, and I just went after it. And halfway through, I just felt good, and I kept going. And when I got off the treadmill, my best had been 28:41. Now remember, we celebrated that last week. I celebrated the 28:41. That was like a 20-something second improvement from the week before. Well, this week I finished in 27:53, a 48-second improvement. And totally unexpected. I had done a really hard ride in the afternoon, just a few hours before. I didn't think I would have much in the tank. Just unexpected. I was doing it late at night and I didn't really want to be there, so my head really wasn't in it, but I wanted to get it done and I got it finished and I worked real hard, and 27:53 is now the mark to beat, ladies and gentlemen. It feels really, really good. Just sort of, again, sometimes you just go to do the workout. Your mind's not in it, and then you do something that you never expected to do. Something comes up and boom, new PR. In PR in the recent training cycle, in the current training cycle, let's say. So that felt good, guys. That felt really good to get that done. We woke up Saturday morning. I rode, and again, it wasn't early Saturday morning. I rode with Ron and Tabby Booz and Ross Peters. We did this course called Dust in the Wind in Watopia, and I wanted to do it between a 2-hour and 2-hour and 15-minute ride. Got that done. I think we rode 2:08. I think that was my final time. Felt good about that. Got the little badge for the course, and that was a great ride. It was just, a nice, consistent 2-hour, a little over 2-hour ride. I will say that towards the end of that ride, I felt like some good fatigue in the legs. My quads were feeling fatigued. Now, I didn't eat any nutrition during the ride. Typically, I do that, so that could be part of it. But it is I would say, a recognizable pain for me. That kind of pain always shows up, and I got to kind of push through it. Usually on the trainer, not as much outside. So it's good work on the inside trainer to work to that pain. When I'm outside, if I get that pain, which is rare, I'm able to push through it fairly easy. But inside, it's like an annoying, just fatiguing pain. The good news is, probably 6 months ago, that pain used to come at about the 45-minute to 1 hour mark, and now it comes about an hour and 45 minutes in. So the more I get in shape, the more I get in bike shape, the more that extends. And I got to tell you, I think if I just fueled better, if my nutrition was a little more spot on, it was anything actually, because I didn't really do any nutrition at all. I had a little oatmeal beforehand because it was a 9 a.m. ride. I had time to eat. Had oatmeal, which is a good pre-ride meal. But I think somewhere in the middle there, I just ran out of gas. Not that I ran out of gas. I could still go with that fatigue. It's just I wish I didn't have to. I want to be a stronger rider. I want those legs to stay fresh longer. And all that is continued work and consistency. And we're going to get that. And these rides on the weekend, these Saturday rides, are going to start creeping longer. They got to creep longer and longer and longer. I'm doing a 70.3 supposedly in July. And if that race happens, that we're looking at about, a 3 to 3.5 hour ride. I'm thinking 3.5 hour ride. I don't remember what I did Tremblant in. Was it 3:45? I feel like it was faster than that. I don't remember. I'd have to look that up. But anyway, I'm kind of banking on like a 3.5 hour ride. If I can get used to that 3.5 hour ride by July, that will give me a lot of confidence going into Ironman Muscleman 70.3 if it happens. We got to caveat that because every race is getting canceled. So I felt great about that ride. Now, this is where my weekend sort of implodes on me because the only thing I had left to do was a 5-mile run on Sunday. And it doesn't really sound like much in the whole encompassing training plan. That 5-mile run doesn't sound like much. but I really wanted to get it done. Again, it's that running thing. I just need to stay on point with my running. And I sabotaged this from the beginning, and then there was nothing I could do at the end, and I'll explain. After my ride on Saturday, I went out to so this was our Valentine's Day. Our Valentine's Day celebration was, we always go out to the same restaurant every year. Me, my wife, my daughter Sam, and now Ellie. We always go out to this restaurant. It's not even like the greatest restaurant. It's called the Grapevine near us. So we go to the Grapevine. We've been doing it for like the last 3 years. So we called up the Grapevine, and they're closed on Sundays. We didn't know this. We only go to this restaurant pretty much on Valentine's Day. And I think the reason we do it is because one year it was Valentine's Day and we passed it and there was no one there. So we're like, let's go. And then we go there every year now. So it's like a thing. But they're closed on Sundays. So we had to make other plans. Now, Steph wants steaks. So, all right, we'll go get some nice steaks. We did that. We got a nice bottle of wine for me and Steph, not for the kids. They don't drink yet. Especially Ellie. She's 2, plus we needed someone to drive. So I'm kidding. She doesn't drive either. Anyway, so we went and got steaks. We got a bottle of wine. And my daughter, Sam, she said, let's have a picnic in the living room. Maybe this was Stephanie's idea. I don't know, but they both embraced it. We're going to do a picnic in the living room with steaks and wine and whatever, and watch a movie. That was our Valentine's Day night. All right. I have 3 girls in the house, guys. It's sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So when I was out Saturday, I was getting the bottle of wine. I'm like, hey, let me get some beers. I'll have a few beers. I finished the 2-hour ride. I felt pretty good. I have all day tomorrow to get my 5-mile run in. So if I have a few beers tonight and I'm a little run down in the morning, it's fine. I have all day to get the run in. So I threw a few down and we woke up probably about 8 in the morning, and Steph had to work, and I did not know this. So Steph had to work on a Sunday morning. I think it kind of just came up, and this occasionally happens. It's her job, nature of her job. So she has to work on Sunday morning. It might even been her volunteering thing, but something came up that she needed to do. She needed to do it. It's important work. It definitely takes priority over anything that I have to do. And you would agree with this if you know what it was. I just can't really say what it is. Anyway, so I didn't get up early. She had to work, so I have the 2-year-old. I have Ellie. And by the time she finished her work, I only had a couple hours for myself, and then I had to do, as a coach, I have to finish up all my training plans for my athletes, and that's priority number 1 for me above my own personal workout. Priority 1 is get your coaching workouts done, get that work done. That is more important than my personal workouts. Is setting my athletes up for success first. It's priority. So I did that. By the time I finished that, it was 4:30. The steaks had to go on. Stephanie's also doing this diet that she has to eat at certain times, and I am sympathetic to that. And look, this is all one big excuse. I get it. But at a certain point, you have to make a decision. And when I opened the wine and cracked the wine, and the steaks were all cooked and ready to go, and the blanket was laid out in the living room for all of us to sit down and watch a movie, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I going to say, hey, Daddy's got to run on Valentine's Day? Daddy can't watch the movie. Daddy can't eat with you guys. Daddy's going to go do some other things. I'll be right back. No, I can't do that. Now, I got to tell you, I've been beating myself up over this missed 5 miles. It's killing me that I didn't do it. But what's killing me is that, I didn't know that she had to work on Sunday morning. I could have set myself up better by not having a few beers on Saturday night. That was dumb. And again, that's really what it comes down to. These little decisions that we make is how bad do you want to succeed, and how bad do you want to improve? How bad do you want to train and be a good athlete versus how much you want to enjoy life? And you can make your own priorities, make your own list of priorities. But for me, right now where I want to be in training, having a few beers by myself in the house on a Saturday night should not be more important than getting my training run in on Sunday. And unfortunately for me this weekend, it was. And that's actions versus words. I can sit here and say one thing, but if I behave another way, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? I can't say to you, oh yes, I prioritize, having, my Sunday run over my having a few beers by myself in my house on a Saturday night. Oh yes, I would definitely prioritize the run. Well, guess what? I didn't. Actions versus words. Actions versus words. You gotta mean what you say. And we talked about this before, how I say, similarly, and how I say, oh man, someone says, oh, I ran 100 miles. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, I ran an ultra. Oh, you're crazy. I ran in 5-degree temperature. Oh, you're crazy. What I really mean to say is, you're tough. You're tough. That's amazing. It's amazing that you do what you can do. I don't have that capability. I'm working at it. I wish I could have that toughness. Say what you mean what you say, and show, if you're going to say one thing, mean it with your actions. So I missed my run. Now, on the other hand, how much are you going to beat yourself over the head for a missed workout? I've been killing it lately. Case in point, my Friday night 5K. I've been killing it lately. So is this just a little bit of a trip up in the midst of a great run that I'm having? Or is this the start of misprioritization, making poor choices, missing workouts, and not prioritizing? Well, I think I kind of said that. You get it. I don't have a script here. I'm just making this up as I go along. But it's important. It's important. Where do you go from here? What happens from here? How do you adjust? As a coach, I know what I need to do. I'm able to kind of adjust my schedule and say, all right, we're just going to tweak this, tweak that, and we'll be able to fit it back in and do the right thing going forward. That's fine. One missed workout is not going to derail a training program unless you start missing more and more and more. So yes, the answer is yes. I'm allowed to beat myself up over the head. But remember the chasing trains thing too, right? Remember the chasing trains thing. It's already happened. Yesterday is over. I can't go back and change it. I can't go back and do the workout. I can't go back and say, all right, I'm going to carve out an extra 2 hours. I'm going to get up early and force myself on the treadmill. No, that ship has sailed. That ship has sailed. So there's no sense in sitting here and beating myself over the head over it either. The important lesson is, take it for what it is, learn from it. I missed my long run. And it was important. And it was important to me, and I'm upset over it. But right now, the best thing I can do is turn the page and just get busy getting discipline back and doing the workouts going forward. Recognizing that I misprioritized certain things over the weekend. And in the end, you know what? When I look back on this weekend, if I remove my upsettedness for missing that workout, and I look at this past weekend, and I look at the time spent with my family, and I look at, kind of all of us sitting there and just enjoying our own company and having a good time on Valentine's Day, which isn't really my favorite holiday, but I know my girls love it. It's worth it. Right? Can we just say that it was worth it? That I made the right choice, that I'm in the moment, I made the right choice. And it's just about planning a little bit better, prioritizing a little bit better, learning the lesson, and then applying it later on when it matters again the next time. So that being said, today, right now, I have two potential things on my radar. Worst case scenario, our 8 p.m. run. I'll be running with Ron at 8 p.m. Worst case scenario, I'll be doing 5 miles. I'll be doing my 5. And again, this was this a little bit shorter long run this week, and that's the way it was set up. But that's my worst case scenario today, that I just get a run in. Best case scenario is that I squeeze in that stage 8 ride. May or may not, depending on how time shakes out. If I do squeeze in that stage 8 ride, I might run right after and do a brick workout, in which case I would probably bail on the 8 p.m. run. That's just sort of the thing. So that's kind of my two options right now, but both of them are good options. And the worst case scenario is still good. I'll be back on the discipline train. Happy. Tuesday morning will be our morning ride. We're going to be doing that. We're doing zone 2 rides this week. We're not doing our normal training plan ride. We're kind of in the zone 2 area. So we're going to be doing that on Tuesday morning. I'll be looking for a 2-hour ride, kind of a 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock a.m. rides on that front. Feeling good about it. We might have some new people joining us too in the morning rides. And then Wednesday, we'll be back at you with the podcast. So a good a good calendar for us over the next couple days. Hopefully hit our marks, and hopefully I'll be back with you on Wednesday with a rosier outlook and having a lot more check marks in the done column when it comes to our workouts. That being said, we are going to wrap it up for today. And remember, if you want to join, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/ordinarymarathoner. If you're watching on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. But if you do sign up to be a patron on the Patreon page, you'll get your name on the scroll that's going to appear in about 5 seconds. And remember, every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it, guys.